Hiya, how are you doing? How are you getting on with your decluttering, with your routines, with building your control journal? If you're anything like me, you're kind of stuttering a little bit, but we're going to work through it. We're going to get on, and we're just going to just keep on keeping on. Now, if you remember, last time I made one of these little videos, I said I was going to concentrate on just doing my daily routines. I wasn't adding anything more, and I was just going to get comfortable with that. I have since then added on the Monday step in my weekly plan. If you remember, I said that for me, doing a weekly home blessing, I was going to do it room by room. Do a different room a day. So I have added on the Monday, and that's working out really well for me. And I can do quite a bit of that in just 15 minutes. So that's good. What else? Well, it's half term, and theoretically I should be relaxing and be getting on with putting more of the housework and the household chores into my day. In reality, I'm trying to get a child's bedroom decorated. I've been back and forth to the vet. The cat's fine. It was just being neutered. So, it's all good. We haven't got any ill pussycats or anything, or injured pussycats. He's fine. And despite having had an anaesthetic yesterday, he is his usual crazy self. Anyway, so yes, back and forth to the vets, taking my youngest for a dermatology appointment, a 3-hour round trip away. So yeah, so much for relaxing, eh? Oh well, never mind. Onwards and upwards. Today I'm going to really concentrate on getting this wallpaper on the bedroom walls, so I can get the room painted. But I thought I'd take a little bit of time out and talk to you about building a control journal, step 5. Because I have been doing my Declutter 365 challenge. I haven't been, posting about it, making videos about it, because the things that have been on the Declutter 365 challenge calendar for the past few days have been completely irrelevant to me. So I've just been doing little bits and bobs here and there. Now, this week, on the other hand, we are looking at menu planning on the Declutter 365 challenge, which fits in very nicely with building a control journal. So I thought I'd just very quickly take a little bit of time out of being halfway up a ladder, pasting and papering walls, to talk about that. So I'll pop links up to Taylor Flannery's articles, but she's talking about building a control journal and how, the things we've been doing with decluttering our pantry, our fridge, our freezer, our recipes has all been working towards making it easier to plan menus. Because when you plan your menu, as I discussed briefly in the beginner baby steps, it makes life easier for knowing what's for dinner, for getting that cooking earlier, so you're getting to eat earlier, so that you're not then doing your evening routine at 9-10 o'clock at night. So menu planning. And there's a couple of ways of looking at it. And she actually recommends planning weekly, which is brilliant and everything if you can get into the habit of planning weekly. So looking at what's in your pantry, what's in your fridge, and planning around that. Or there's the method of planning monthly. Now, we did try planning weekly, and for us, it doesn't work. So, even though we had rejected out of hand monthly planning as, oh my God, we're not doing that. That's just set in stone, and we're not planning that far ahead. Actually, for us personally, planning monthly works better. It means you only really need to sit down once a month, and then, it takes, the first time we did it took an hour or so. Now it takes 15 minutes or so just to go boom, 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 boom. That's it, done. Because we do this weekly themes or daily themes. So for a month, on a Monday, we'll eat, say, Italian every Monday. Say, slow cooker food every Tuesday. Whatever, it's what we do. And it means that we just literally are plugging into each day of the month. We know what we're having, we're just plugging it into the gaps. I mean, you use your calendar, obviously. If you've got a special occasion coming up, you're not going to be sat there saying, right, that's it, I'm tied into eating Tex-Mex because that's what I've put down for this day of the week. You go, no, we're not going to be doing that because we've got a special occasion. So you can tweak it according to what's coming up in your calendar. But, like I say, for me personally, it's actually easier to do it monthly than weekly because it's done. And then all I have to do once a week is just have a quick check of the upcoming week's menu, make my shopping list. In fact, if I can get off my lazy bum, I can actually rough plan the shopping weeks a month in advance as well, and then just tweak those shopping lists once a week to say, well, actually, we've got that in the house, so I don't need to buy that, or whatever. You get the drift. Anyway, let's have a little look at how I do it. So the very first thing we did was we sat as a family and we just brainstormed some categories that we could have, and the sort of meals that we know that we like that fit into those categories that we could just think of off the tops of our heads. And we just wrote those down, just got some scrap paper, wrote them down. You can see some of the categories. We need to come up with more things. In fact, I have come up with more things for this one. I just haven't written it down. So there's things that I need to write on there. So that's what we did. We just very quickly did a rough idea of what the sort of things we like. There, oh, I've done that one for you, haven't I? And we just wrote them down. Now, this is where the building a control journal bit comes into it. Because, let's pop that there a second, because I keep losing these bits of paper, what I'm started to do now is if I just open this, as you know I struggle with doing this one-handed, I've now got myself a tab for, no, I've gone too far. There we are, got myself a tab for menu planning. And I have started just to write down my categories in my control journal, just to make it that little bit easier for my menu planning. Let's face it, writing things down on scraps of paper, you know as well as I do, I'm going to be losing those. As I've said, I kept losing them, which makes it take that little bit longer for doing the menu planning because you've got to spend that time looking for those bits of paper. So writing it in my control journal as a permanent feature of my control journal, I know where they are. I just have to go into where I keep my control journal, pull it out, open it up to that bit. Bob's your uncle. So that's your first bit of menu planning, is to, if you're going to do it like that, is to sit down and with your family and say, what sort of foods do we like eating? Do we like Indian? Do we like Italian? Do we like Tex-Mex? Whatever. What meals do we like? They come under those categories. Or do it the other way around. What meals do we like? And then categorise them, whichever way around. Get those written down in your control journal. Okay, so the next step, once we've done that, is we need to get that, written down as a menu plan for each month. So here we are. Here's next month's menu plan that I've started to write down. And this is just a blank monthly calendar template that I basically printed off this lady here. I'll see if I can find a link for you. And as you can see, I just put in the dates of the week, and I've got at the top there the categories we're going to be having. I'm going far too fast, aren't I? Let's start that again. The categories that I'm going to be having this month, and I've pretty much filled those in except for the new recipe, which I will be going through my, there's my blank menu planning templates, which I will be going through my file of recipes just to fill in those blanks. Choose a different recipe for each Wednesday, and that's that. And honestly, apart from the fact that I've got to finish writing in my categories in my control journal, this menu planning is now actually something fun to do, because we can say to the family, what categories do you want this month? Because Thursdays are a busy day, that does tend to be something like quick and easy or slow cooker, or that school day classics category I've got, because that also comes under quick and easy really. That tends to be on a Thursday. Wednesday's always new recipe. But other than that, we just pick out categories. One of my sons doesn't like roast dinner, so we alternate monthly as to whether we're going to have a roast dinner on a Sunday or not, or whether it's going to be something else. But it also gives the children that element of choice as well, because they can go, I don't want to have Tex-Mex this month, or I don't want to have this month. We go, fine, choose a different category then. So, and honestly, it was a game changer for me, finding this method, which I think I said it before, that I had heard of this years ago and completely dismissed it and said, it's not happening, I'm not having themed days. But oh my God, it is so brilliant. It is amazing. It's so quick to do it once you've got it set up. And I keep the menu plan on the fridge. So if anyone says, what's for dinner? Go look on the fridge. And it's fantastic. It also means that we're not sitting there thinking, oh my God, what's for dinner ourselves? We know what's for dinner. So we just need to get off our lazy bums and go make dinner. And also check the menu plan the day before. So if we need to take anything out the freezer, we can do that. So yeah, there you go. So that is step 5 of building a control journal. And it's also, I think, let me just have a quick check. Day 54 of the Declutter 365 challenge, building a menu plan. Right, so that's me done. This has been a super long one. I do apologise. And I did say I was just taking a quick break from doing what I was doing. So I am going to go off now. I'm going to get back up that ladder, get decorating, and I will see you later. Bye.